With his secret feed formula, he raised his cousin's crabs until they weighed 25 kilos. He thought that after making 3 million, his cousin would give him a decent share, but the moment he stepped out of the car, he dropped a bombshell. "Johansi, the accounts are settled. I've transferred your share." I looked at the 50,000 yuan displayed on the screen and said nothing. Inside, I was doing the math. 3 years, more than 1,000 days and nights living in a shed. That year had been an incredible harvest, almost 3 million yuan in pure profit, and he only gave me 50,000. "Johansi, this year went well. We made nearly 3 million. Take these 50,000 and buy yourself a little car in the village. Even a chained-up dog can throw feed into my ponds. You're young. Take the money and go make a life for yourself in the city." But hearing that, I felt nothing. 3 years earlier, he had taken over those ponds and nearly gone bankrupt. It was me who adjusted the water using my compound bacteria formula. I told him, I provide the technology, and we split it 30 to 70. And he said, "We're family. I won't let you down." All right, I kept the money. Lin K still hadn't expected me to give in so easily and stood there stunned. "Take the money and rest for a few days. The pump filter needs replacing. Find someone to do it." I didn't even look at him again. I walked into the cold wind. I knew that without my bottom water adjustment system, those ponds wouldn't last even half a year. I didn't go back to my family home in the village. I didn't want to see acquaintances. I didn't want anyone asking how much my cousin had given me. I kept walking along the dirt road, holding my notebook in my arms. It was the work of 3 years. Then my phone rang. Lin Qian was sending red envelope gifts. He was showing off like crazy in the family group chat, and all the relatives were cheering him on. I turned off the screen and headed toward the lowest part of the village. There was an abandoned pond there, filled with algae and a foul smell. It sat in a low area where stagnant water collected, and even dogs wouldn't go near it. I stood on the bank, staring at the green-black water. To everyone else, it was a dump. I scooped up some mud from the bottom and smelled it. Then, an idea sprouted like a seed in my mind, and I couldn't stop it. Didn't he say that even a dog could throw feed into a pond? Then I would show him what real technology looked like. I went straight to the village committee office. "Hello? Is Secretary Wang here?" "Yes, Shaolin. What are you doing here instead of working at Chiang's pond?" "I wanted to ask whether that black pond down below is available for rent." "That's a dead pond. The water stinks. What would you want it for?" "Nobody would take it even if it were free." "How much does it cost per year?" "If you really want it, 1,000 yuan a year. Just a symbolic price. But if you lose money, the village isn't responsible." I did the calculations. The 50,000 yuan was enough to rent it. I could still buy cleaning equipment and materials. I want it for 5 years. Let's sign right now. "Shaolin, don't rush. Qian just made a fortune. Bring me the contract." I signed it, pressed my fingerprint on it, and ran excitedly to the pond. It was enormous. The algae covered the water like thick paint. The stench stung my nose. When the villagers heard about it, they came to laugh. Has Yuanzi lost his mind? What's he going to raise in there? Qian gave him a 50,000 yuan bonus, and instead of saving it for marriage, he's dumping it all into this stinking pit. What a hopeless kid. Ha ha ha. Lin Qian also drove by in his G-Class. He rolled down the window and laughed his head off. "Yuanzi, if you burn through that 50,000, I'll take you to the city. Why are you getting involved with this mess?" I ignored him. I stood waist deep in the water, clearing out rotten branches. The smell was awful, but I never frowned once, because I knew exactly what I was doing. When everyone finally left, I opened the black barrels. I had brought them from the village that same day. Inside was my mother culture of compound probiotics. It was perfect for stagnant, eutrophic waters. I diluted it down to the gram and sprayed it into every corner of the pond. This work allowed no mistakes. For a whole week, I lived at night and slept during the day. By day, I looked like a junk collector repairing dikes. By night, I was the magician of that water. The miracle arrived at dawn during the second week. The green-black algae began to disappear. The foul odor turned into a gentle scent of plants and earth. The water became clear, and sunlight finally reached the bottom. I seized the opportunity and carefully planted the selected aquatic vegetation. In just half a month, the pond looked completely different. Lush plants and crystal clear water. Just as I was about to release the juveniles, my phone rang. It was Lin Xiang. "Juan, are you still scavenging around that pit? Let me tell you something. I've hired some old workers for 80 yuan a day. Are you still playing with your mud? At New Year, I'll give you a couple of leftover crabs." "Got it." I hung up and calmly looked over the sheet of water. Lin Xiang was enjoying himself in the city, completely unaware of what was coming. I walked to the shore and opened the last insulated boxes. I watched those tiny transparent lives slip into the clean water. I opened my notebook and recorded the temperature and quantity. By the time I released the final batch of juveniles, dawn was almost breaking. I walked home through the morning fog. Renting that abandoned pond had been an impulse, but once I calmed down, the pressure hit me hard. I had invested all my savings, and every night I was adjusting the ecosystem. That pond was a bottomless pit for my effort. I knew I couldn't fail. It had to succeed, not just to recover my money, but for my pride. In the months that followed, I acted as if nothing had changed. Spring arrived, and the village got back to work. Whenever people asked what I planned to do that year, I brushed the question aside. Many looked at me with pity and remembered my dead pond. "Yuanzi, Chiang may have a bad temper, but he pays quickly. Why get involved with that stinking pit? Of course it's better to lean on a big tree than throw money into the water." Those words went in one ear and out the other. I knew they meant no harm. They only saw the surface. They saw Lin Chiang expanding his sheds, and they saw my dark, quiet house. No one knew that powerful currents flowed beneath that calm water, nor did they know that I was waiting for the moment to silence all doubts. Soon summer arrived, and an orange heat warning was issued. Everyone knows that extreme heat kills crabs. Without my water management technology, let's see how Lin Chiang manages to keep his alive.